What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. This is going to be a quick video teaching you guys about a pretty cool trick that you can do using Shooting Riser Dragon. So let's jump right into it. Let's just say you're playing zombies or whatever deck can kind of get advantage when your cards are getting banished. For example, under D-Shifter, Dimensional Fissure, Macrocosmos, whatever, you're going to be going your Uni-Zombie into whatever play. It doesn't have to be Uni-Zombie. It can literally be anything out there. This Shiny Square is actually getting you the most amount of advantage when you're under D-Shifter, but again, it's really just an example, whatever. Now you're going to be making Needle Fiber. You could actually summon Phantom King Hydride. I'm going to be explaining to you why this card is actually pretty interesting to summon off of Needle Fiber. There's another card that has a similar effect as Phantom King Hydride, but whatever. Now during the opponent's turn, we can pass. We're still under the D-Fissure or D-Shifter Macrocosmos. Our opponent is going to activate a card and then whatever, set this Guru or just normal summon it. And when we feel under pressure, we can go special summon Shooting Riser Dragon and use its effect. And now you might be thinking, well, Shooting Riser Dragon's effect is foolish from your deck to the grave, but then you can't really use the effect of whichever monster you sent. Yes, but at the same time, you can't use, exactly just as I told you, you can't use the effect of the monster that you sent to the graveyard. Now, if the card is banished instead, that drawback is not taken into consideration whatsoever, and on top of that, the effect of the level of Shooting Riser Dragon will not be modulated. It will still be level 7. It will not go down. Obviously, it never goes up, but it will not go below 7. So now we can Foolish for something that has an effect on the opponent's turn. Shiranui Spirit Master. This card allows you to destroy a face-up card on the field, and we're going to get rid of either that Guru while it's being normal summoned or that Hidden City, whatever. You get the point at this point, yes. And yeah, our opponent is going to be kind of screwed because we can even Synchro Summon using 2 tuner monsters, and this is another kind of trick. Obviously, every time I make these videos, I'm always trying to make 2-in-1 package deals. But yeah, Phantom King Hydride, continuous effect. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but if you use this card you control for a Synchro Summon, you can treat it as a non-tuner monster. This, alongside another monster, Baby Mudragon, are the only monsters, if I recall correctly, that are tuners, that are level 3 or lower, so can be special summoned off of Needle Fiber, but can also be used to be non-tuners as well. So, continuous effects that are relevant under the Needle Fiber summon. We can make Baroness de Fleur right after, or if we summon the Baby Mudragon, we could make a level 8 Synchro like Chaos Ruler, but I don't think it makes too much sense because we're still under the D-Fissure and stuff like that, and Baroness de Fleur is a pretty good card here. But yeah, that's it for the first example of how you can utilize Shooting Riser Dragon. Let's get into what might be potentially the most meta-applicable application of the trick. So there it is, Desba 3, or, I mean, it obviously, again, doesn't have to be Desba 3. Back in the days when Link Cross was a thing, this was so easier to do, because everybody and their mother could always make freaking Herald of the Arclight before just doing any other plays. But yeah, the key here is to D-Shifter yourself, in a way, because you really would rather banish a card from your deck with Shooting Riser than Foolish it, because if you Foolish it, you can't really do much with it. You can revive it, but that's pretty much it. However, if you banish it, you can use the effect right away and get some nice advantage. For example, Thunder Dragon Roar, special summoning you a Thunder Dragon Dark directly from your deck. The effect of Auradon didn't even activate yet, so Herald of the Arclight, Shooting Riser, Thunder Dragon cards, pretty down. But yeah, now let's jump into a bunch of potential ideas that might help you kind of take advantage of this trick. Yeah, I mean, so this isn't really a deck profile or anything, because again, there are kind of a lot of decks in a way that could maybe potentially use this, because Thunder Dragons isn't the kind of deck that you always want to play pure necessarily. When it was initially seeing play, it was being mixed with like so many, well, rather you were mixing other engines in Thunder Dragon or the other way around, whatever. But yeah, like the most aggressive version of this deck was the Danger Thunder Crusadia Guard Dragon deck. That was huge. Under D-Shifter, Macrocosmos, Dimensional Fissure, your Shooting Riser Dragon is always going to be getting you the most amount of advantage, and you can banish a few cards, so Thunder Dragon Roar, Hawk, so you can mulligan, Dark, one of the better ones as well, so you can search the Hawk. You can also banish Giant Rex, you can banish Chaos Valkyria. By the way, Chaos Valkyria isn't actually comparable to Shooting Riser, because this, whichever monster that you do Foolish, there is no other way around it. There is no loophole, where Shooting Riser explicitly says you cannot activate the effects of monsters with the same name the sent monster had in the grave. Banished, it doesn't matter. Whatever, these Shiranui cards are also interesting, and this is the Baby Mud Dragon, in case you were wondering what it looked like. This is relatively new. It's a TCG exclusive, and then we obviously have Phantom King Hydride, which is a pretty old card. But that's pretty much it for my video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.